In Matthew's Gospel, we hear, "I came to call not the upright, but sinners." Sometimes we've had certain expectations even before we meet someone. If they were millionaires, we might expect that person to be obviously dressed in expensive clothes, maybe with an aloof attitude and an inflated self-image. However, some of the richest people in the world, in reality, dress quite casually and are very affable and approachable. The Pharisees in the Gospels had definite expectations about how Jesus should act, with whom he should relate and eat a meal, and so on. And today we hear Jesus pointing out to the Pharisees that their attitudes needed adjusting. They were looking at some people with their own eyes rather than God's eyes. Jesus saw people who were judged by some as unworthy and to be avoided, as persons who needed love and forgiveness, much like the sick who need a doctor. The truth was that Jesus came to call not the upright, but sinners. My friends, Mary at La Salette came, like her son, to call sinners back, to call them to repentance, forgiveness, and reconciliation. She was concerned about all her children and their needs, but especially those who had lost their way and needed to be welcomed back into the fold of the Good Shepherd. Her gestures and words were those of a tearful mother welcoming back her wayward children. And doesn't that include all of us in some form or in some way? Have we been welcoming to those who have fallen away from their active faith? Do we welcome them just as Mary, our mother at La Salette, welcomes us? For she loves us and knows that her son is a forgiving son who would help us to reform our ways, to follow in his ways.